We've gathered 9 of the top hammer drills in the industry from Milwaukee, DeWalt, Makita, Flex, Ridgid, Ryobi, Hilti, Hercules, and Bosch. In this video, we're going to test all these tools and collect the data in search of the very best cordless hammer drill. So which one of these hammer drills is best? I'll get to that, but first, let me talk a little bit about what the crew and I look for in a top-of-the-line hammer drill. Everyone has different priorities when searching for the best hammer drill. These are the characteristics the PTR team looks for and specs we test to rate the tools accordingly. When it comes to performance, speed, blow rate, and torque, give you an idea of how fast and strong a drill or hammer drill will perform. They're helpful stats when you're comparing data during research, but it's the motor's ability to keep the RPMs high under load that separates their real-world performance. Look for a drill with a brushless motor to get the best performance, runtime, and service life. Beyond the size and weight, how the weight is balanced and how the grip feels in your hand brings ergonomics full circle. As you narrow down your choices, there's something to be said for a tool that just feels right in your hands. As you move up from entry-level cordless drills, you should expect additional features that make working more convenient, in addition to higher performance. Here's what we'd expect to find in any pro-grade hammer drill. A 2-speed gearbox, the ability to work at high speed or drop down for more torque when needed. A side handle, it's absolutely necessary on drills with higher torque. All metal keyless chuck, it's better durability and faster bit changes. LED lights, adds light when you're drilling and driving. Beyond these standard features, some drills add elements that go beyond the basics to make the job easier, safer, or make your drill more versatile. Here are the special features that showed up in our test group. Kickback control, stops the motor when the tool senses a bind up to reduce the risk of wrist, elbow, and shoulder injuries. Smart technology, helps with inventory management and tracking and offer customizable controls. Electronic clutch settings, electronically controls how much torque is delivered rather than relying on a mechanical device. Turbo mode, kicks the drill into a higher performance mode for greater speed and power when you're not concerned about conserving runtime. Those are the specs and features we look at the surface level. Now, let's take a look at how we tested each of these models and their results. Weight is straightforward but important. The lower the weight, the less fatiguing it is used to drill, especially in overhead applications. Here are the weights we measured for both the bare tools and the batteries we tested. The lightest bare weight tool in this set is the Ryobi at 3.13 pounds, and the DeWalt is the heaviest bare tool at 4.16 pounds. When we put a battery on, things began to change, and your battery choice will definitely play into how heavy your tool gets. As tested, the Ryobi with a 4 amp hour battery is still the lightest at 4.64 pounds, and the DeWalt with an 8 amp hour battery tops out the scales at 6.31 pounds. Lighter weight and smaller size tend to go hand in hand, but it's not a guarantee. Regardless of the weight, a more compact cordless drill gives you the advantage of working in tighter spaces. Here's the head length of all the models we tested. On our test board, the longest head is the Bosch at 8.13 inches. The shortest overall head length goes in Milwaukee at just 7 inches. It is worth noting that the Flex, Hercules, and Makita all tie for second place for the next shortest at 7.13 inches. Our first speed test evaluated each drill's ability to drive a large structural screw. We started by drilling a pilot hole into stack glued OSB subfloor, easing an 8-inch by 3/8 of an inch RSS screw into the pilot hole, and then drove it flush in the highest gear they could. Each result is the average of 3 runs. The total time spread is between 2.03 as the fastest to 7.98 seconds on the slowest. In this test, Makita takes the lead with a blistering fast average of 2.03 seconds to put in the screws. The next closest speed is a Flex at 2.2 seconds to install the same fastener. All the tools except for 2 were able to install these fasteners in less than 3 seconds flat. In our next test, we used a 1-inch self-feeding spade bit to bore through 4 inches of stacked and glued OSB subfloor to test the medium-low capacities of each drill. The result is an average of 3 successful runs without any bind-up. This overall race is a little tighter as all the tools were able to complete this test in high speed. The point spread is just 1.46 seconds from the best performing to the slowest. The fastest tool in this test is the Flex at just 2.42 seconds, with a close second to the DeWalt at 2.54 seconds. To push the drills into a heavy load, rough in application, we use 2 9/16 self-feed bit to punch through 2x4 studs. The top performers were able to complete the test in high gear. For any that couldn't, we dropped down to a gear to access more torque and restarted the test. The results are the averages of 3 successful runs without any bind-ups. This test exposes the top performers a little more than some of the other tests, in that the point spread is nearly 4 seconds. The reason for the larger spread is that the 2 slowest tools were not able to complete the test in high speed, so we had to switch to low speed. The fastest tool is Makita at 1.59 seconds, and the runner-up being DeWalt at 1.73 seconds. The final test we ran involved drilling 3/8 of an inch concrete bit 3 inches deep into cured 4,000 PSI concrete in high gear. Since these are hammer drills, it's most appropriate to enter testing with concrete drilling, and the results show that the Flex takes the cake with an average time of just 5.66 seconds. The DeWalt is a distant second at 6.39 seconds, with the slowest tool, the Hercules, taking nearly 10 seconds. So there's our tests. Now it's time to hand out some hardware. We're going to start with our best hammer drill that's on a budget, and then we're going to go through our podium from 3rd place all the way to our top pick. Our pick for the best cordless drill for the money is Ryobi's HP brushless model. While you normally don't see the Ryobi name among pro-focused brands, there are a number of pros who rely on them. As the HP brushless lineup rolled out for Ryobi, one of the big things we noticed is how much smaller many of their tools are. That's the case for their flagship hammer drill. Sitting at a mid-range of 7.5 inches long and at well under 5 pounds with a battery, it's a significant change for a brand that used to be on the bigger, heavier side of the conversation. For maintenance crews and handymen, it's a very good choice based on its performance and design. What makes it more compelling than its competitors is that Ryobi now has more than 400 products that all work on any 18-volt 1+ battery. Chances are, if you need it, Ryobi has it, and if they don't, most likely, no one else in the prosumer class does either. You can grab this drill for $129 bare or $279 as a kit. To come up with a score for each drill, we separated our data into 3 categories and weighted: 70% for performance, 20% for ergonomics, and 10% for features. In 3rd place, with a weighted score of 87 points, we've got Makita's 40-volt max hammer drill. Makita ended with a solid set of results using its advanced XGT high-power battery. It delivered excellent power and speed in mid-range tasks, and even got better as the load increased. Its ranking in concrete drilling dropped a bit, but don't let that discourage you. As for features, for those of you who go more OCD in driving modes, there are 41. Yes, 41 electronic clutch settings in low speed and 21 settings in high gear. Having that many settings and electronically controlling them are characteristics you won't find at any other drills we tested. If you're looking for a high quality hammer drill on a powerful 40-volt platform, Makita is the way to go. You can grab this drill for around $250 bare and $499 as a kit. In 2nd place, with a weighted score of 91 points, is the DeWalt DCD 1007. The new DCD 1007 is the clear performance leader in this robust lineup and is the 2nd highest performing drill in our tests. To get the most from this drill, you need to use a power pack battery, which offers the best performance we've seen from DeWalt while avoiding the weight penalty of using a flex volt battery. This model maintains DeWalt's 3-mode gearbox, which is an all-important middle gear for when high speed isn't quite enough, but you don't want to drop into low gear. Also note that this drill operates at high speeds in all 3 gears when you're in hammer drilling mode, and you have an LED light controls that other drills don't include. The pivoting 20-minute work light mode is particularly helpful. Finally, our top-rated cordless hammer drill with a whopping 95 points on the board, the Flex 24-volt brushless hammer drill. Flex launched its 24-volt line with the FX1371T hammer drill, and it continues to be a top-performing model several years later. Its high speed and high torque ratings showed in our testing, where it earned the highest overall performance score using a 6 amp-hour stacked lithium battery. It's just not about speed and torque for Flex though. It's a full feature drill that includes kickback control, and the turbo mode effectively makes it a 4-speed drill. While the weight does creep up a bit, the balance is outstanding, making it feel more nimble than the weight alone suggests. Grab it at Acme Tools for $149 for a bare tool and $279 as a kit. There you have it, folks, the best cordless hammer drill. Do you have any questions about the drills in our lineup today, or on the way we did our testing? Drop us a comment below. If you liked this video and found it helpful, give us a thumbs up. If you have not subscribed, do that so you don't miss out on our next video. And as always, thanks for watching.